Mic testing. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to BIT and a warm welcome to Ladha's Africa, the award ceremony. Before we begin, I ask that we kindly stand for the national anthem. Today we'll be playing two national anthems, the Kenya national anthem, and in honor of one of our guest participants, thank you. You may kindly have your seats. So with the permission of the CS Tourism, Ms. Rebecca Miano, the PS Ololtua, John Ololtua, members of the diplomatic corps representing the embassies of Rwanda, Mali, Belgium, and I believe Uganda, as well as the boards and our invited guests. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ladha's Africa Award ceremony. I'd like to just hear ooh from the participants. Come on. Are you guys excited? The hotels? Are you sure? Great. So I have the honor to invite our first guest this afternoon. His name is Dr. Abbas Gule, founding director of Boma International Hospitality College, to share a little bit about what this journey looks like, why we're here, what the 5-day experience for Ladha's Africa has been. And I hope and pray that you have fun this afternoon. Please join us. If you'd like to take a photo, tweet, share, and talk about your experience here. Make sure you indulge, make sure you network, and make sure you say hi to someone next to you.
Honorable CS, Mr. PS, Madam Chair of the BIHC board members of BIHC, board members of the various companies owned by the Red Cross in Kenya, the Governor of Kenya Red Cross, acting governor, the Tourism Fund Chair of the board, and the management and the board members of Tourism Fund, our various sponsors for this event, general managers of hotels, executive chefs of hotels, our distinguished judges who had the last 5 days been working overnight to prepare this event, distinguished competitors from the school, 18 schools, and 10 hotels and restaurants. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I hope we've had lunch, and I hope we've been very active the last few days. Excellencies, ambassadors from Belgium and Rwanda, the Uganda and also Mali that are here. We cannot thank you enough for joining us today. But just to say, Honorable Waziri, on behalf of Boma International Hospitality College, which I'm sure the chair would speak better than me, we wish to welcome you and to thank you for having agreed to grace this event this afternoon. This event has been in planning for the last almost 1 year now, and we're very happy that it has finally taken place. Boma International Hospitality College was set up about 9.5 years ago. So it's a baby in this industry. But it's a baby that has also grown very quickly and learned how to stand and to walk and to run. And now we're in a cruise mode that we are running to try and catch up for the lost time. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because in 9.5 years, there's plenty that we have achieved and have done, but there's plenty more to be done and to be achieved. And we want to say that we will thank the owners who are Kenya Red Cross Society, who are the financiers and the founders, and one would say, why would Red Cross be involved with the hospitality school? We saw a space or a gap and need for this in this country many years ago, and we decided to set it up. When we got into the hotel business, setting up the Boma group of hotels, which are 3 hotels, 2 in Nairobi and 1 in Eldoret, we had a challenge in getting qualified manpower. We had to go and poach from other hotels in the country that were well established before us, and to develop our own culture wasn't very easy. So we ended up being told by then managing director of the hotel, then a gentleman called Mugo Mariga, that many of you know from Serena Group of Hotels, who then challenged me and Honorable Olum, who is here, and told us the best thing is you go set up your own school. And then you can set up your tradition and your culture of the Boma culture. The rest is history, and I thank Honorable Olum. 9.5 years later today, Waziri, I can say we have not only the leading hospitality school in this country, but regionally and also, I think, continentally, without fear of doubt of what I'm saying, because I know what I'm saying. Still, we have a long way to go. We are not competing internally, we are competing globally. If we have to stay relevant and globally be competitive as Kenyans, to have Kenyans employed globally, then we have to go to the global levels. And that is why our education and our curriculum and our facilities are very much in line and in tune with what's happening globally. We partner with a Swiss partner school called BHMS out of Lausanne, and we offer the same curriculum as they offer in Switzerland here at a fraction of the cost. If we send our kids to go to Switzerland, you pay between 35 and 50,000 Swiss francs, whereas if they come here for an African non-Kenyan student would pay roughly about $10,000 annually, and a Kenyan would pay about $5,000. And it's not been easy. We know the fees are still steep, but for those who send their kids for $50,000, we say bring them here, and we'll offer them the same diploma they get in Switzerland, they can find it here, with the same curriculum, and if not better practice. And Sean is here, our chief judge, and he can say what he does in BHMS, I mean, it's been a good partnership for us. So why Ladha Africa, and why this competition, and why now? In January this year, 2 of my colleagues, Tim and Alois, were with me in Dubai, where our school was competing among other schools in Africa and Asia. And while competing there in management side of things, in hotel operation, we said we should go and do our own competition, an African competition on African cuisine. I think my 2 young colleagues thought I was crazy and out of mind, but I said, no, we're going to do this. But the long story about association of BHC and African cuisine was a challenge thrown to us on the 2020 graduation ceremony by then late Minister for Education, Professor Magoha, the late Magoha. He loved this school and he supported this school. He actually opened the kitchen where we showed you. He's the one who actually commissioned that kitchen during the COVID year. So he came twice in 1 year, 1 to open the kitchen, and number 2, to be the chief guest during our graduation. And during the graduation, he challenged us as a school and told us, look, I have traveled around the world, and everywhere I travel, I hear of European cuisine, Indian cuisine, Chinese cuisine. I want, when people come to Kenya, to be proud to have Kenyan cuisine. And he challenged us as a school and said, go and practice this. Tell your young chefs, they don't need to get a master's degree and a PhD, but they need to go to those kitchens and bring infusion and bring innovation into our African tradition and food. Kenya has 43 tribes, Madam CS, as you know. If today we travel to the 42 regions of Kenya and meet people and see their tradition and the rich value in terms of their culinary richness, I'm sure we'll be amazed. We cannot write enough books on this. But we always celebrate about international cuisine and not ours. So we want to make a change in this as a school, and this is why 4 years ago, after the challenge by the minister, we decided to now go very much on African cuisine. Today is a curriculum in this school for the last 3.5 years. And every semester, we take 3 intakes in a year, January, May, and September. Every semester, there'll be an African cuisine that the final class, term 5, will have to produce through the entire term. They practice, they know the cost, they know the food, they know the prices, they know from the farm to the table, that is their business. So they have done this now almost 9 times, and Chef Lena Mogere, who is now the lead in that sector, would tell you, initially they were not very keen about it when we talk about African cuisine. But today I think Chef Lena walks very tall in this space in this country because she now has internalized this and is able to do this professionally with her staff. This week was about not competition, who wins and loses. This week was about bringing young Kenyans and bring their talent to the table, bring Kenyans also from the industry and schools to come and showcase their talent, to learn from one another, not just to win or lose, but to compete. We initially were planning for 10 schools and 10 hotels. At the end, we had 18 schools coming, and we were forced to accept them. The judges had to work 2 shifts in a day just to accommodate these young people, and both from the public sector and the private sector. The same thing with the hotel. We had 11 hotels, 1 including from Ethiopia. So initially there was a bit of apprehension when we said we'll have this competition. People were a bit reserved and they were not forthcoming. But once we started this thing on Sunday, we now had more coming. In fact, this morning we had a hotel coming at 9, a chef saying, I need to compete, and was not even registered. But the judges were very generous to allow this young man. 2 hours late, but he still was able to catch up with the rest of the team in this competition, just to show the talents. And I think the judges will tell us, both Judge Sean and Judge Banis will tell us. We also wanted to have international judges, so I'm not accused of saying that you are getting your own people to come and judge us, and then maybe the results may not be good. Like I said, for me, it was not about competing, but it's about skills promotion and about the culture of this African cuisine. And the judges will talk to us. Maybe Boma Hospitality College has more facilities and better facilities, and we've talked this with a number of teachers and mentors, and to say this is something, Madam Waziri, we need to do in this industry. We need to promote these schools. We need to look at their facilities. If we are to compete globally, then we must have global standards. Otherwise, there's no point. And I just want to say that for me, I really want to thank the judges because they have come here pro bono, both those in the service area and those in the culinary arts area, and they will talk to us later this afternoon. But for the time they spent here the last 6 days, working day and night to ensure that these young people were given opportunity, they were mentored, they were trained, they were educated. It's just to say that we want this to become an annual event. We want the government to take more role. This time BIHC has sponsored it all, but it's something that the industry also, we're happy that Tourism Fund came big and supported us financially, and there were other donors like Boma Hotel, which gave accommodation to all the young competitors free of charge in that sense, and a number of private sector companies who gave us things in kind for us to be able to do what we have done. So I just want to say that it's a very, very important day in the history and the calendar of BIHC, and I just want to thank you and the PS for finding time for both of you to be here. Thank Tourism Fund and all the other donors, but particularly the judges and the GMs of the hotels and then the school leadership. Some of the children, Madam CS, came without mentors. The school leadership did not support them, and I'm not here to complain, but to say as adults, we are meant to be an example to these young people. We need to promote them, we need to train them, we need to educate them, to give them the best in life so that when they go out globally, they can compete. So without further ado, I think I just want to thank you and thank everyone for coming to join us this afternoon during this celebration. Tim, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Daktari. I think as Daktari has shared what our passion is and why we're in this business, and I'd like to invite someone from our parent organization, which is the Kenya Red Cross. So we are owned as the Kenya Red Cross. We are one of the 4 commercial entities that support the work that the society does in Kenya. And I have the honor to invite Ms. Julienne Kamau, who's the first Deputy Governor of the Kenya Red Cross, to share a little bit about why they chose to move into business and what kind of business that has impacted the communities that they serve beyond just disaster management. Karibu, Ms. Julienne. Please give a round of applause.
Thank you, the Chief Guest, Cabinet Secretary, Rebecca Miano, the PS for Tourism, Diplomatic Corps, Your Excellencies, invited guests, members of the hotel industry, students, contestants, all protocols observed, good afternoon. It is with great enthusiasm that I am here on behalf of the board of the Kenya Red Cross Society. And as Tim said, Boma International Hospitality College is one of our key commercial entities. As you know, these commercial entities were founded with the main intention of plowing funding back to our humanitarian response. Our humanitarian response is mainly, our strategy is to provide community-centric humanitarian response right down to the communities. And this institution is one of the ways in which we are able to achieve that. Having participated in the culinary arts that have been presented today, I want to extend a heartfelt congratulations to all the participants, to all the contestants, the judges, the chefs. You have done a wonderful job. And to the management of the Boma International Hospitality College, we want to thank you for this event, because truly we believe also in the culinary experience that is being brought to the community. At the Kenya Red Cross, our mission is to deliver humanitarian aid that resonates deeply with the local communities, because we believe that these local communities are the primary agents of change for their own survival and aspiration. Through this world-class institution, the youth have been given opportunities and training and the necessary tools that they require to plow back into their communities and build capacities. We also do not take for granted the exceptional leadership at the Boma International Hospitality College, which has transformed it into a world-class Pan-African institute. I think in terms of experiences, as the founder has told us, it is indeed very enriching to have African cuisine made as a part of the international cuisine that we are offering, and we are extremely proud to be associated. In closing, I am reminded of Nelson Mandela's words: our rich and varied cultural heritage has a profound power to help build our nation. And I think we believe in what we are doing in this African experience. Thank you.
Just as a slight break, I'd like us to acknowledge some amazing participants with us here today. I'll start off with, of course, acknowledging the hotel brands as a respect to the industry. So if I call out your name or hotel, kindly stand up and just make some noise. My first hotel today is Best Western Plus. Best Western Plus. I know you're represented by your GM, Mr. Amit. A round of applause for Best Western Plus. Karibuni sana. I'd also like to acknowledge Ethiopian Skylight Hotel. I know you have 2 amazing participants. Please have a stand. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you very much. Fairmont, the Norfolk. Yay. Congratulations and karibuni to VIT. I can see Chef Hachi, so Movenpick. Hotel and restaurants, yeah, Movenpick, congratulations and thank you for being here. We have Pronto Restaurants. Hello, Pronto. Yes, a round of applause for Pronto. We have the Sarova Hotels and Resorts Kenya. Sarova, yes, gentleman back. Karibu Chef Avraj. Proud to have you here. We have the Tamarind Group. Tamarind? Karibuni sana. Of course, our host for the day and one of our gold sponsors, the Boma Hotels. I can see Mr. Ajnesh Kumar representing the GM. Thank you very much. Tribe Hotel, I can see Mr. Mike Mwangi, the GM of Tribe Hotel. Tribe is also a competitor. Karibuni sana. And of course, the last hotel, of course not the least, Villa Rosa Kempinski. Karibuni sana. So I have the honor to invite, yes? Oh yes, yes. I almost forgot. So our last entry, but of course, one of, I believe, I don't want to hint, but Karibu sana JW Marriott Nairobi. Karibu Chef, pleasure to have you on board. I have the honor to invite, of course, one of our biggest sponsors for this event. We're not just privileged to call them a sponsor. I think they've done an incredible job, and I think the hotels would bear me witness that their support and initiatives to support and give back to communities in tourism and hospitality, and provide, of course, today I know they just launched the revolving fund, which aims to, every time you pay a bill at a hotel, I'm sure you've seen the 2%, right? And we want to make sure that that 2% impacts communities. So when we reached out to Tourism Fund, they were more than willing, more than excited to support this initiative, to say, look, we are not just here to serve industry, we're here to serve the next phase of industry. And I have the pleasure to invite the chair of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Samson Some, to give his remarks on behalf of our platinum sponsor. Karibu, Mr. Some.
Madam CS, Honorable Rebecca Miano, and Bona PS, John Ololtua, our Red Cross team, Board of Trustees, Tourism Fund, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Oh, it's not evening yet. It's afternoon. I can't wait to enjoy the food. That's the reason why. I think it's evening already. So we're really happy to be here, distinguished guests and their competitors. I've heard that we've got competitors from all over the region. The Ethiopian contingent, I think, is a significant number. So that is a very positive thing of where the East Africa is headed. And, I've interacted very closely with the BIHC over the last couple of months. And what I have picked along the way from engagement with the BIHC is that they've got the recipe for success. So the people who are actually going through this today will probably be pioneers in the various fields of what they'll be doing after this, and I'm sure about that. Some of the things that I picked along the way is that they've got the recipe for success. And I'll just probably share a few of the items I've picked. This is not from their brochure, it's not from their website, it's just by engagement and what I picked along the way. Number one, I noticed that BHIC has prioritized on the culture. It's very interesting that the culture of excellence is a priority here at BHIC, and I think that will rub on the graduates. Wherever they are going, we'll probably be expecting a better industry from the input of what we've got from the graduates here. So clap for yourself. Another item that I've picked along the way from the engagement with the BHIC is the vision. It's very clear that this institution is headed for excellence. 9 years is a very long time, it's a very short time. And you know very well that in 9 years, this institution has started from some small corner in this compound. And we've got the standards that we've got currently. It's one of the leading institutions in the country. And we are very happy that we are plugging in the private sector gap to actually make tourism a very good sector. The other aspect, and the last one, is execution. What you see from Ladha Africa today is innovation. But for us to be here, it means they've innovated and executed so well. So for the team at this institution, we really laud you for that. You're doing a very good job with execution. Now, there is something that you're doing that we all need to be plugging in a little bit heavier. Building of the human resource capacity in this country. Tourism Fund has a mandate to do exactly that. So any partnership that we get to actually build up on the human resource capacity in this country is more than welcome, and we are very keen to support going forward. Now, there is nothing that succeeds like success. If you are doing this well, you'll always get people to support you. If you're not doing well, you probably have to knock a lot of doors before you get to where you are. I'm happy to say that we are looking to work very closely with this institution and other private sector institutions as we build up the capacity for this sector. I'm happy today that we had engaged the CES extensively on matters capacity building. We rolled out one of the key items. I don't want to mention, maybe I'm stealing from my boss what exactly should be the agenda for today, but I'm happy to say that we were happy to be gotten along the way in providing exactly what we need in capacity building, a resource by the funding that we'll be providing from Tourism Fund. Now, the call to action here is this: let's build this industry together. The Tourism Fund promises to be a good partner along the way. We are going to be engaging the stakeholders like we've done so far. And for the private sector and the public sector institutions, we want to build your capacity to provide us the labor that we need. And the doors will be open. And of course, the CS has promised our support to work very closely to build up on this amount that we want to actually provide and in sponsorship through the TTRF that we launched this morning. So thank you so much. And I can't wait to see the experience on Ladha's Africa. What is that? Is it food? I can't wait to taste the food. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I think as Mr. Some said, he cannot wait to see or taste the experience. So what I'd like to show you next is a small highlight video on the screens on the side, just showing you what this week has been from Sunday when the amazing participants checked in at the Boma hotels, to a briefing day on Monday and the opening ceremony, to the final day today. So if you do mind, please indulge me for a moment as you enjoy the video.
The idea is to come here, participate, learn, create friendship, and we create a different excitement, a different buzz.
Lights, camera, action.
It is starting to smell very good now, and it is a very beautiful competition.
Ladha's Africa contest is all about the celebration of African food.
Service is basically making our guests comfortable.
So there was some bit of nerves, a bit of anxiety. Of course, I'm nervous, but I'm trying to build up that courage for the second session.
I just needed to focus. I assumed I'm all alone, cooking for my dad.
Today, my expectations are to execute my signature drinks.
We need to go back to our culture. And our culture is our roots, our food, and our dress code.
Ladha's Africa, it's an amazing thing. Hospitality, amazing as well. We want people to enjoy it with us.
Basically, in Ladha Africa, we are going to emphasize, or we're going to bring more of how Africans are.
We would want the brand to grow and be a franchise on its own and put not only Kenya on the map, and we focus the following year to be a Pan-African event, having at least 12 international hotels in Africa participate, and also have international schools participate.
How do you pronounce that? Ladha. Ladha. Za Africa I can get, but Ladha. Ladha.
Was it exciting? Thank you. And I believe with that I have the honor to introduce the participating institutions, 17 amazing private, public universities, technical institutions. And I'll begin with Dedan Kimathi University of Technology. Dedan Kimathi, a round of applause for Dedan Kimathi. I also have the honor to invite, or rather acknowledge, International Hotel and Tourism Institute, famously known as IHTI. IHTI, a round of applause and welcome to BHC. Thank you very much. I also would like to acknowledge Kenya Coast National Polytechnic. Karibuni. One of the oldest universities in Kenya, Kenyatta University. Karibuni. Again, one of the oldest colleges in this industry, Kibondeni College. I also have the honor to invite, I believe, a university that has made some of our very resourceful faculty members. I know Mr. Irungu, our head of academic affairs, Dr. Billy, our head of research, Maseno University. A round of applause for Maseno. Karibuni sana. We also have Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology. And then Mount Kenya University. NIBS Technical College. Karibuni sana. Nyeri National Polytechnic. Sigalagala National Polytechnic. I'm sure you're wondering where they're from. Karibuni sana. One of our amazing partners, academic partners, Progression Pathways, Strathmore University. I can see the Dean, Dr. David Chiao. Karibu sana. The Technical University of Kenya. A round of applause for Technical University. The Eldoret National Polytechnic. Karibuni. Kisumu National Polytechnic. Welcome. And the United States International University, Africa. Welcome on board. And last but not least, of course, the host, Boma International Hospitality College. Thank you very much. Without this ado, I'd like to invite the chair of our board. You may know her as Ms. Nadine Karaoke. Very passionate about education, very passionate about community, very passionate about building revered brands. And I believe we have lived up to that expectation. But she can prove me wrong if I'm not right. A round of applause for Janette.
Good afternoon. Madam CS, my friend, Rebecca Miano, thank you so much for coming. Buona PS, distinguished guests, ambassadors, all protocols observed, judges, thank you. What a wonderful event this is. It's a privilege for me to stand before you as the chair of Burma Hospitality College, a role that I love and that I am so proud of to see and see the impact it's having on a whole generation of young people. Madam CS, I'm sure you've been to many places where they say the chef is Kenyan, I've been on a cruise recently, the chef was Kenyan, and many of them have come from Burma, so we're very, very proud. Today's vibrant competition of Africa's rich culinary heritage, the African cuisine competition, so it's very, very exciting. Food is so much more than a meal. It is the heartbeat of our cultures, traditions, and stories. I'm a big storyteller, and so for me, this lends itself very well to what I do every day. Across the African continent, every dish carries the essence of our ancestors, embodying our shared values, our history, and our diverse yet unified identity. Whether it is a traditional stew simmered with love or a spiced delicacy grilled to perfection, each recipe tells a story of resilience, community, and pride. At BOMA Hospitality College, we are committed to training our students to global standards. As Dr. Abbas said, we're not competing just with other schools in the country, we're competing at a global level. We've had students from so many different countries come to study hospitality with us that we can't afford to be just a Kenyan school. We are definitely a global institution. We want them to master international cuisine, to be at ease in the kitchen of five-star establishments around the world. Yet, while we strive for excellence on the global stage, we must not forget the soul of our continent. Our growth lies in our ability to preserve, elevate, and share our own culinary heritage. Africa is known for its game reserves, its stunning beaches, and its ancient history. Millions, Madam CS, come to our continent to experience our warmth and hospitality. Now we want them to discover another treasure, our cuisine. Imagine travelers savoring the authentic flavors of Africa, prepared with the same quality, precision, and care that they would expect from any five-star restaurant. Just as Indian cuisine has become a global sensation, from street food stalls to the finest dining experiences, and Chinese food has become a mainstream delight across the world, so too must African cuisine find its rightful place. With a continent as vast, diverse, and populous as ours, there is no reason why our food should not be celebrated on a global scale. However, for this vision to be realized, we must not only confine our cuisine to local markets where concerns around hygiene might limit its appeal. We must ensure that our traditional foods are prepared and presented in the best possible way, clean, safe, and inviting. India is famous for its vibrant street food, yet you will also find Indian dishes being served in five-star establishments worldwide. We must aspire to this for African cuisine. Our foods should be found in the finest dining halls, as well as in well-regulated, hygienic street markets that allow people to experience the authentic, everyday flavors of Africa. It is our story, and it deserves to be told well, with pride and with excellence. Seeing the partnership between the Tourism Fund and this competition is so heartwarming, Madam CS. Really, these are partnerships that are meaningful. It's really wonderful to see the government come together to create a product and to enhance the experience of the people of the continent. Today, it is my absolute pleasure and privilege to introduce an incredible person, a person who fits right in with this new ministry that she has and who will do everything, I know, to uplift the standards of the tourism sector in Kenya. Please welcome Rebecca Miano to make the keynote address. Your dedication to honoring the best of our continent has been unparalleled, and we're honored to have you with us today to emphasize the vital role our culinary heritage plays in strengthening our tourism sector. Madam CS? I'm sorry. Buona PS, please welcome to give us a few words of advice. You've also been extremely supportive, and so I'll invite you to please introduce the CS.
Daktari, you'll be penalized for stopping my CS. You know, she could have still introduced me, but maybe because she's there, I'll not penalize you. Madam CS, Mheshimiwa Rebecca Miano, the chair of the Boma Hospitality College, the board director, Dr. Bas, Excellencies Ambassadors, the Tourism Fund and the entire team, all the participants from various universities and colleges, and all protocols of staff. Good evening. Good evening once again. God is good, and all the time. Thank you very much. In the interest of time, I'll just make 2 comments before I invite the Cabinet Secretary. Number one, I want to say we are indeed very proud, Madam Chair, of what this college is doing. Remember, the last time I came here, and I indicated that it's very important that you continue doing what you are doing in order to be able to promote the hospitality sector in Kenya and even internationally. And you have gone ahead to continue doing that and doing it with a lot of perfection. I'm particularly excited about the chef. Every time I went to the kitchen, I didn't get his name exactly, but a round of applause for him. Yeah. Yes. I have gone there, and the passion I've seen, I believe, must have inspired everybody to do a good job. Comment number 2, so that I can invite the CS, is that this competition is very important. And the African Cuisine award ceremony that our CS is going to preside over is an eye-opener to all of us to be able to do even much more. The CS will speak to you mainly on some of the things that the government is doing to partner with the private sector, both training institutions, the hotels, and all other participants in the tourism industry to be able to make Kenya the best destination for tourism, not only in Africa, but in the whole world. And I think that is possible. With those few remarks, therefore, I would like, therefore, to say that we do a round of applause until the CS arrives here. So you do a round of applause as she comes until she arrives here. Just go on until she arrives. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Wasiri, karibu.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, PS. The Boma International Hospitality College family, starting with your chair and also representatives of the Red Cross, the trainees of BIHC, the organizers, sponsors, and participants, diplomatic corps, tourism fund, and everyone who has attended this function this afternoon or evening. I'll start by saying, what a way to welcome a long weekend. I'm very, very excited that this invitation has given me this exciting gift to determine the mood for my weekend. It is really, really nice. And right from the onset, allow me to thank the organizers of the Ladha za Africa contest for inviting me to join you for this prestigious event at a moment in time when gastronomic tourism is taking root globally. Happy to note that Kenya is not being left behind. Traditionally, Kenya is home to close to 3.5 dozen communities with diverse palates and tastes and wide-ranging cuisine offerings. But sadly, pressure of modern-day living have made it difficult to keep alive many nourishing delicacies and dishes who our forefathers enjoyed. To that end, I am very glad that Ladha za Africa culinary contest is a timely trigger that will revive our yesteryear culinary habits and practices. This will stimulate the broadening of the range of foods we consume and hopefully make us even a lot healthier. So ladies and gentlemen, as I have just intimated, tourism offerings and products the world over have been expanding by the day to include hitherto unexplored options, including cuisine. Indeed, there are several online culinary programs from various parts of the world that have become a big sensation all over. That alone tells of the extent to which culture expressed through food is taking center stage in tourism circles. In Kenya, we have people like Dennis Ombachi, who has a sizable global following courtesy of his online cookery jigs. On the overall, Kenya is ready to seize the moment and to stamp her command as a gastronomic tourism haven, attracting the world to sample our local culinary delights. And on that score, Kenya is not short of amazing treats, ranging from mushenye from Western Kenya, adola from Nyanza, kimanga from Taita, samaki wa kupaka from the coast, mokimo from Central Kenya, and more. Which one did I leave? That's why I said, and many more, so that you can finish for me. I am glad that my ministry has supported initiatives that seek to promote Kenyan cuisine locally and abroad through participating in international food fairs and the launch of culinary tourism campaigns. In future, our ministry will forge partnerships with progressive institutions like Boma International Hospitality College to amplify our food-based tourism. On the same vein, we are promoting the most robust partnership and relationship with the private sector. And therefore, I'm very happy to note that going forward, we are all partners in this. The PS and I pledge our personal support and cooperation to make that happen. We shall get the most of our tourism sector, and especially cuisine tourism, by supporting the imperative of superlative skills on our chefs, the food producers, people working in the restaurants, and farmers as the key cogs of Kenya's unique food culture. As we expand our tourism beyond wildlife safaris and beach experiences, We ought to encourage the sector to embrace and promote culinary tourism. As part of cultural immersion, we ought to pave a way for moving forward. I am happy that during the tourism UN World Tourism Day on 27th of September, in order to diversify the tourism products in Kenya, we unveiled 9 tourism circuits, and we launched the one for the Western Kenya, and indeed, it includes the culinary bit of it. But while at it, we must keep an eye on sustainable tourism and how Kenyan cuisine offering fits in. In doing so, we ought to create room for consumption of locally sourced organic ingredients that showcase Kenya's agricultural heritage. It is noteworthy that the Ladha za Africa contest will, in the fullness of time, raise a generation of chefs with the mastery of blending our traditional food cultures with modern cuisine crafts. This approach will ultimately make Kenya a culinary hub of global repute. Once the contours of Kenya's culinary culture are fully formed, local communities will find jobs and markets for their produce as we preserve our cultural heritage. Encouraging the development of young talent in the food industry, therefore, is the way to go. And this event comes only a few hours after we launched the Tourism Training Revolving Fund, and we will have no excuse than to produce the highest qualified capacity in the hospitality sector. It is a very proud moment whenever you travel, as our chair lady says, and you find Kenyan professionals, Kenyan chefs, all across the world. And there are many. I honor them, I salute them, and a mention to our own Bernice Karaoke, who is here today, who works at Birmingham Palace. We want to recognize you, Bernice. As I sign off, I extend my most sincere congratulations to the winners and participants for their exceptional showing and bold exploration with African cuisine options. Meanwhile, I strongly reaffirm the Ministry of Tourism's commitment to work closely with stakeholders in the tourism sector to grow the potential of Kenya's culinary tourism and attract more visitors to experience our country's unique flavors. We have been given a target to increase the number of tourists in the country to 3 million in the next 1 year and to 5 million by 2027. We are all partners in this, and this is what we are working towards. And I want to extend the government's commitment to ensuring a thriving tourism sector in order to produce jobs, economic empowerment opportunities, and therefore to fulfill the promise that the government has extended to the people of Kenya. With those few remarks, you are all my heroes, and I wish you a happy Mashujaa Day over this weekend. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Madam CS. I'll just ask you to stay on stage for a moment as I invite our chair of the board, Ms. Gina. As an honor, we'd like to say thank you for spending some time with us today afternoon and just highlighting what we can do as a country. So I'll ask Gina to present a small token of appreciation on behalf of Boma College and our sponsors, Tourism Fund. Yeah. So just to give you a highlight, the gift is a small representation of what you can do with African traditional elements. So as you open it, you'll have an experience I'm sure that you will find quite convincing. And we do have 2 tokens, I believe. So here's a second one. I'll ask Gina to present that as well. Something authentic for your home and something that I hope you'll always remember us with. So without further ado, we'd like to go to finally the awards. And I can tell there's a sense of nervousness in the room. Are you guys excited? Anyone nervous? Hands? Great. So before we begin the awards section, I just want to acknowledge the amazing team that made the judging possible, this week's experience extremely possible. These are tremendous women and men who are industry practitioners. They've spent the last almost 2 weeks figuring out what it would look like, what the challenges would be. They've spent, I think, almost every day 15 hours just trying to make things happen. And I have the honor of inviting Chef Sean Leonard on stage to quickly just introduce his team of judges and give a small highlight of what this week has been. So join me as we invite Chef Sean on stage.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here as always. I've been here to Kenya a number of times and really enjoyed the hospitality. Always amazing. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed judges, most importantly, of course, the incredible talented students and industry professionals here today. Welcome from my side also. And yeah, as I said, I always enjoyed the hospitality here in Kenya and Boma. It's been an absolutely fantastic week. I don't want to prolong this any longer, so I'm going to introduce you all, and I can say it now, the Ladha ze Afrika competition. I've been practicing for a few days. I'd like to introduce you, of course, to the magnificent team who has helped me on this cause, and of course I'm going to acknowledge as many people as I can see in the room as possible. We'll start, of course, with the instigator of the competition from the culinary side, of course, Chef Lena over here. Of course, please stand up, of course, Chef Lena, yes. Of BIHC, and also Chef Chris Burton of BIHC is also there, been helping us as well, judging. And we've got, of course, a number of other chefs who have been helping us, and we've got some chefs who are in the industry here who have been helping us, and of course from local hoteliers. And of course he said, I'm a hotelier now, I'm no longer a chef. And I said, once a chef, always a chef. Chef Mike, of course, from Tribe Hotel. And of course we saw her earlier giving a wonderful speech. I love the headgear. Of course, Chef Bernice, who of course has Kenyan origins, but herself is now based in the UK as well, and again as a professional nutritionalist, dietitian for some football clubs, but not Newcastle United, but Arsenal, and of course, and Real Madrid. She's already expanding and already developing and already showing the world what Kenyans can achieve in the industry worldwide. And internationally, of course, we have all the way from the wonderful island of Mauritius, Chef Annabelle. So thank you very much. And it's been an incredible week with the team and all the staff and all the students and all the helpers have been busy for the week. It's not just us, we've been busy. These guys have been busy for months, and we thank them, of course, greatly for their amazing work to make this initial competition take place. And we look forward to many, many future competitions, even bigger, even better in the future, to celebrate the food of Kenya and BHMS. BHC, sorry. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chef Sean. I'd also like to introduce the amazing team from service that were able to take the team through service, mixology, wine, and of course barista skills. I am honored to have Mr. Hilary Okello, who works for Ezo. Mr. Hilary, Ezo Restaurant, karibu sana. I'm also like to acknowledge Mr. David Wandamu, a hospitality consultant, a friend of BIT, who was one of the judges. I also have a pleasure to introduce Ms. Agnes Namu, a hospitality consultant as well, and one of our judges for this week. I also have the honor of introducing two of the only certified WISET trainers in wines in Kenya, one of them being our faculty member. So I'll start with Mr. Alois Onchuru. And I'd also like to introduce Ms. Wanjiru Mureithi. Ms. Wanjiru? I can't see her at the moment, but very honored to have these two incredible certified WISET trainers with us. I'd like to introduce Mr. Kevin Thairu as well. Trying to spot him in the room. And of course, the last one, not the least, Miss Alice Mamsana. Pleasure. So without ado, I'd like to begin with the awards section. These awards were selected under very rigorous criteria, and I think Chef Sean has just given you a highlight of what that looked like. And in honor, of course, of our CS, I'd like her to take this opportunity to give us the first two awards. These two awards are the second runners-up for the overall category in both culinary and service. These are students who are outstandingly creative, innovative. They defied the odds. They prove that they do understand the techniques and the culture of what the kitchen looks like, what the service industry looks like. They were able to blend multiple ingredients together and think outside the box. So I have the honor of nominating the CS, Ms. Rebecca, to kindly come on stage and assist me as we issue the two awards for silver for the institutions.
The Silver Award for Service in the Schools category goes to Cherop Rose Ann, Cherop Rose Ann from Mount Kenya University.
So the awardee also gets a cash prize, 12,500 shillings. In addition, they also get a cash prize of an additional 10,000 shillings from one of our sponsors, True Foods, in the house. Thank you, True Foods. Congratulations, Ms. Rose. Thank you very much. I'd also like to present the next award for institutions for silver in culinary, and I'll ask the CS to do the honor for this as well.
The Silver Award for Culinary in the Schools category goes to... roll the drum. Margaret Waithera. Margaret Waithera from Kibondani. From Kibondani College.
Congratulations, Margaret. Congratulations. Thank you very much. I'd like to mention that a lot of the awards today are courtesy of our amazing sponsors, and I'd just like to acknowledge the amazing companies that have been able to partner with us and make today possible. So without ado, we'd like to continue with a selection of the next awards. You'll notice that this award celebrated a number of incredible and I'd say very creative work. And we did not just look at what our students or participants did in the kitchen. We went outside the box. We thought, what else can we do to promote sustainability? And the first award today is the Sustainability Award. This award will recognize both a hotel and a school that has gone outside their normal business. These are hotels and schools that have decided would like to meet the global goals, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. These goals, of course, were incorporated in whether they utilized farm-to-fork initiatives, whether they recycled materials within their businesses or institutions, or whether they went outside to think what else in the ESG space can we do. So I have the honor to invite Ms. Juliana Kamau, the first Deputy Governor of the Kenya Red Cross, and Ms. Tracy Mwangi, a board member of one of our gold sponsors, Switch Media, to provide these two next awards.
So the award for Sustainability Award, the winner for Sustainability Award for the schools category is Strathmore University.
Another round of applause for Strathmore. Just to give you a highlight, Strathmore is one of the greenest universities in Africa. I think an award they've been recognized for multiple years. So congratulations to Strathmore. Great work that you're doing. So I'd like the honor to invite Tracy Mwangi, of course, to represent an award for the hotels category.
I'm hoping you're ready with the drum rolls. So the drummer, please, are you ready? So the winner for the Sustainability Award for the Hotels, Restaurants category is Sarova Hotel and Resorts, Kenya.
Congratulations, Chef Raj. Thank you very much. Our next award recognizes creativity, and we believe creativity is in our DNA. So when we reached out to the participants, both for hotels and industry, we said, look, chefs' jackets have always been white, and we don't like that. Service uniform has always been white, black. It's always a bow tie. Why don't we have an authentic feel to how we look? And so the students, the participants, the industry chefs, and service crew were able to take up the challenge, and we were able to recognize some innovative practices, very unique factors. So I have the honor to invite His Excellency, I think Martin Ngonga, the Ambassador of the High Commission of the Republic of Rwanda. Also honored to call him one of our BAT parents. And of course, his colleague next to him, Peter Madens, the Belgian Ambassador, to offer this award to both an institution member participant as well as an industry participant who was able to bag this award.
Thank you. The winner for the Design Award for the schools category is Walter Njuguna.
Congratulations, HTI. Another round of applause for HTI. Thank you very much, and thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. The winner for the Design Award for Hotel Restaurant category is Betty Muriuki from Pronto Restaurants.
Congratulations. The next award is for Masters of the Blade. If you know anything about chefs, if you know anything about knives, we like them sharp, we like them quick. So this year we'd like to recognize an exceptional student and an exceptional industry practitioner whose knife skills were out of this world. So I have the honor to invite Chef Annabelle Mutsami, one of our judges. I'd like to also mention that these knives were sponsored courtesy of KHS. Thank you very much for your support.
The winner for the knife skills category for school is Jeffrey Aluda from Masidin Muliro University of Science. The winner for the knife skills category for the hotels restaurant is Mark Mako, Villa Rosa Kemiski. Sorry.
Next awards, ni?
Sommelier.
So for sommelier. Congratulations to the awardees. The next category celebrates wine, and I have the privilege to invite the Managing Director of Devries Africa Ventures and Hospitality Competence Center to give the next two awards. Courtesy of Devries Africa, each of the awardees will get a chance to win a full scholarship to pursue a WISET Qualification Level 1 award in wine. Like I mentioned earlier, there are very few certified sommeliers and very few certified trainers in this country. And if you've been following the Women in Wine on Instagram and their journey as they represent Kenya in South Africa and across the world for wine, you know wine is it's a great movement. I'd like to also acknowledge one of our local Kenyan brands that's producing wine. So Lelesho in the house. Can I hear some noise for Lelesho? Thank you very much.
Good. The winner for the Junior Sommelier Award is, and I need some help with the name. I want to respect it.
Kabari Anajoy Mwendo from Kibondoni.
Okay, then the winner for the Sommelier Award is, and I think for this we need a drum roll, Julius Juma.
Congratulations, Julius, from Sarova Hotels and Resorts, Kenya. As part of this, we'd like to offer one honorary additional award to the sommelier category. This is someone we spotted for exceptional talent, and because of the courtesy of our sponsors, Bevrex Africa, one of the leading wine suppliers in this country, we were able to get an additional scholarship for level 1. So I have the opportunity of just inviting Mr. Chalo, I believe, from Bevrex to come and issue this award.
Evening, everyone. I would like to introduce, or rather, introduce or present. To Biran Alemne Bilay.
Congratulations, Birhan, from Ethiopian Skylight Hotel. Our next award flows pretty much in the same category, celebrating mixology. The CS walked in and I remember the first thing she says is, do we get to sample something today? Yes, you will. So after this, I have the honor to, of course, invite you for a nice cocktail. But we'd like to recognize the Mixologist of the Year. And for this award, I'd like to invite Mr. David Mwangi, the GM for Tribe Hotel, and Mr. Wandamu, David Wandamu, to present these two awards for both schools as well as industry practitioners. Mike, yeah.
So, drum rolls, please. So, the winner for the Junior Mixologist of the Year award goes to Derek Odhiambo from the Eldoret National Polytechnic.
Congratulations, Derek Odhiambo from Eldoret National Polytechnic. Derek does get a fully fitted cocktail set, courtesy of BHC. In addition to that, we've offered him a full scholarship to complete a mixology short course at Boma International Hospitality College. I'll then invite Mr. David Wandamu to offer the award for the hotels category.
All right, drum roll. And the award for the winner for the Sommelier Award is Julius Juma from Sarova Hotels and Resorts.
Thank you, gentlemen. Our next category recognizes something that I think Kenya has always been passionate about. We are a rich culture, we grow a lot of coffee, we export a lot of coffee, and we're trying to create an affinity to brew and drink coffee in this country. If you've been to BAT and it's your first time, we'd like you to take a tour of our coffee house, located within the building just adjacent to this boardroom. Get to understand what we do for coffee, how we source coffee from women-owned farms, and how we're trying to impact the value chain in this industry. So for the Barrister Award for the year, which recognizes both a student and an industry practitioner, I have the pleasure to invite Mr. Ajnesh Kumar, the Acting General Manager of the Boma Hotels, and one of our gold sponsors. A round of applause for Boma Hotel, who were courteous enough to host our participants for the entire 7-day period. And I also have the honor to ask him to present these 2 awards on behalf of institutions as well as industry, as well as representing the Secretary General of the Kenya Red Cross, Dr. Ahmed Idris.
Good evening. The winner for Junior Barrister of this year is Marian Muang Niki.
Congratulations, Marian Waniki from the Technical University of Kenya. I'd also like to mention that Marian will also receive a full scholarship to pursue a barrister program at Boma International Hospitality College.
So the winner for Barrister of the year is Hassan Doli Onjongo from Villa Rosa Kempinski.
Congratulations. Our next award recognizes the men and women behind the scenes. These participants, these industry practitioners have been mentored, they have been supported, they have been led through this entire 5-day experience. And these men and women have done an incredible job at not just providing them with the technical know-how, but I think they've also provided them with motivation, support, cheered them on. And we asked the participants to nominate one member from a faculty member and one who's an industry practitioner whom they felt has contributed significantly to their success. And I have the honor to invite Mr. Simon Murashia, the director of Shams Camp. Simon, are you in the building? Thank you, Simon. Simon is also one of our sponsors for today's event. And of course, Mohammed Salat, the Honorable Treasurer of the Kenya Red Cross, to award these 2 awards.
Good evening all. Congratulations. Are you ready? The winner for the Mentor Award for the school category, Albert Odula, Eldoret National Polytechnic. Right. The winner for the Mentor Award for the Hotel and Restaurant category. Redexis Akoth, Fairmount, the Norfolk.
Congratulations, practices. A round of applause for her. Thank you very much, Mr. Simon. The next two category of awards celebrate both an institution as well as a kitchen that has done an exemplary job at showcasing what you can do in the kitchen. They were not necessarily just the best students, but they are students as well as industry practitioners who showed us that the kitchen is a space for innovation. And the first award goes to the best culinary kitchen. And I'd like to invite Ms. Jinadine Karaoke, our chair of the board, to award the award for the best culinary kitchen for the schools category.
And the winner of this category is, louder, louder, Boma International Hospitality College.
I'd like to, as a courtesy, invite Dr. Abbas to kindly give this next award. This next award recognizes the best culinary kitchen from the industry.
Okay, so the winner for the best culinary kitchen is Ethiopian Skylight Hotel.
Thank you, Daktari. As the CS mentioned, we have the honor of having one of our judges, Kenyan by birth, having such a tremendous journey from Jericho all the way to the UK. I have the honor of inviting Chef Bernice, who has sponsored an incredible award that recognizes a student that we felt and the judges felt that has an affinity for resilience, an affinity for hard work. Just to give you a little bit of a story about Chef Bernice. Grew up in Jericho, fought her way hard to pick up a few culinary skills, and over the last few years, she's had the privilege of working for Word of Astoria, Tottenham Hotspurs, Arsenal, Real Madrid, and of course, as the CS mentioned, the Buckingham Palace. So this award does not just recognize an exceptional student, it recognizes a student who we believe has the resilience to reach the same heights as Chef Bernice Karaoke. Karibu, Chef.
Asnoe! Asnoe! I'm only saying that because Daktari is an Asno fan. So I should be very proud. Good evening, everybody. I'm so proud to be standing here today. It's been an amazing week. Boy, are we tired. I can't wait to see my bed. I can't wait not to see Chris, Chef Chris message, you are late, you are late, you are late. We, Chef, we resign now. Our students, please, can you stand up? Our 17 students, please, can you stand up? If you participated in this competition, please, can you stand up? Please, everybody else, can you give flowers to our students? I have seen tears in the kitchen. I have seen tears in the kitchen. I have seen resilience. I have seen people fighting in the kitchen. But most of all, I have seen people, not even people, students that came from nothing. And Dr. Asante Sana. They came from kitchen without equipment, but they fought and they came fighting. But unfortunately, we can only have one winner. And for me, the way I rate winners is from the day 1, you enter the kitchen, day 2, day 3. How many days were you in the kitchen? Students? Day 1, you are like, yes, 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 yes. Day 2, you are like, day 3, you are like, you lost yourself. But I understand because you're tired. And my story is, in kitchen, and you can be told by so many senior chefs who are here. I can see my mentor here, Chef Archie. Hey. There is no room for relaxing. It's discipline and consistent. So for me, this award I will give to somebody who really deserves the most. This girl is too short. This girl has fire. Hey, I didn't say nobody. I am short. Chef Lena is short. Yeah, so let's not get excited. But for me, this girl came to the kitchen smiling with beautiful clothes, very hardworking, day 1, day 2, day 3. And boy, am I proud to be a woman and a chef today. So this award goes to Margaret Waithera. Gets herself the most expensive Japanese knife. And I know there are so many professional chefs here without Japanese knife. Work hard and call me to your kitchen. So, chef, I'm so proud of you. And I know you are going places. Congratulations. I know you're shouting, this knife belongs to Margaret Waithera, not the school. It's our knives.
Thank you, Chef Panis, and congratulations, Margaret. So now we have the honor to proceed to the next level of this highest awards for this competition. We had the honor of having the CS present the 2 silver awards for service and kitchen. So we will proceed to the gold category. And I have the honor, of course, of intending to invite Mr. Some. But with Mr. Some's absence, I can see Mike Masharia, who is the CEO of Kenya Association of Hotel Keepers and a board director at BHC. So I'd like to welcome Mr. Mike Masharia to issue the gold awards for both service and kitchen for the institutions category.
I've seen everybody doing that when they come here. The gold award for culinary in the schools category goes to Stacy Nyambura from Kenyatta University.
Another round of applause for Stacy Nyambura from Kenyatta University. Congratulations, Stacy. Stacy gets a cash prize as well, one courtesy of our sponsors of 22,500. In addition, she will also get an additional cash prize courtesy of our other sponsors, True Foods, and a gift hamper from the True Foods collection. Congratulations.
We can work together, me and the band. The gold award for service in the schools category goes to Edwin Gaido, NIBS Technical College.
Congratulations, Edwin from NIBS Technical College. Congratulations, Edwin. And he also gets another hamper from True Foods, courtesy of True Foods. Congratulations and thank you, Mr. Mashari. The next category is arguably the highest award in culinary as well as service. And I have the honor to invite Mr. Sagar Malde, the CEO and director of True Foods, Pwani Oils and Karatasi Brands, and one of our gold sponsors for this event, to present the next two awards for our highest category this evening for institutions. Welcome.
Okay, so this is the Diamond Award for service in the schools category, and it goes to Imani Tricia Muringa Muchiri from Boma International Hospitality College.
Congratulations, Imani. And Miss Imani will walk away today with over 50,000 Kenya shillings. And of course, a gift hamper courtesy of True Foods.
So the Diamond Award for culinary in the schools category goes to Sharon Jalagat Kanivia from Boma International again.
Congratulations, Sharon. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think before we go to the next category, celebrating the exceptional hotel brands we have here, I'd like to just take a moment to acknowledge our sponsors. Tourism Fund, I can see a lot of the members of the boards of trustees here with us. I'll just ask you to just stand and wave, just to appreciate your incredible support on behalf of the chair and the CEO. Thank you very much. I have the honor of celebrating, of course, the Bomber Hotels, one of our gold sponsors. Thank you very much. Image First, you've noticed all the students, mostly the participants from the schools were adorned in incredible attire, as well as the judges. Thank you. Of course, Chef Bernice, Chef Shams Camp, represented by Mr. Simon. Switch Media, who's our media partner today. Switch Media, can I hear who? Congratulations. True Foods, Devris Africa, Bevrex, Kenya Originals, and you get to have a cocktail after. Congratulations, Kenya. Africa Originals as well, OKO. Kenya Nut, the proprietors of Leleshwa Wines and Spirits. Nema Livestock, Capwell, Sam Novelty, Kilimani Greengrocers, Domain, Kenya, Buyaki Holdings, and Educare International, one of our educational partners. And I'd not want to miss this moment if I don't give a round of applause for the band. These are actually most of our students, both students and alumni. They are Monix band. So a round of applause for the Monix band. Thank you very much. And without ado, I'll move to the next category, which will celebrate both hotels or restaurants that have done an incredible job over the last today morning actually. It was a quick challenge, it was hectic, it was tough. We had some incredible brands like JW Marriott come in at the last moment, and we are happy to present these following awards to them. For the silver category, I have the honor of inviting Honorable Josh Olum, as well as Ms. Agnes Namu to present the silver category for the hotels and restaurants.
The Silver Award for service in the hotels and restaurant category goes to Amos Cheriot.
evening, everyone. I have the pleasure to present the award, Silver Award for Culinary in Hotels. The reward goes to Mark Ndolo.
So the second highest award, as I prepare to award this, I'll invite Ms. Docus from the Board of Trustees of Tourism Fund to kindly join us on stage to issue this award on behalf of the CEO of Tourism Fund. This is the gold category for both service and kitchen. So Ms. Docus, kindly join me on stage to issue this award.
The winner of the Gold Award for Service in the Hotels and Restaurants category goes to Agnes Akoth.
And she also gets a cash prize. Thank you. Congratulations. Just to mention, Agnes is from the Tribe Hotel. Congratulations, Tribe. For the culinary award, I'll invite Zippy, one of the other boards of trustees of the Tourism Fund, to present this next award.
Good evening, all. The Gold Award for Culinary in the Hotels and Restaurants category goes to Eliza Ingosi. Eliza is from the Tamarind Group, Tamarind Hotels.
I'd like to invite the trustees, I think, back on stage for a moment. And as I invite them on stage, I'd like to just ask both Gina and Dr. Bass to come on stage. Before we go to the diamond category, we'd like to recognize Tourism Fund with an award just to say thank you for your support, recognize the exceptional work you're doing in this country, and to say we appreciate what support you provide BAT as well as all other practitioners in this industry. So this goes to Tourism Fund for the exceptional support in skills development across the hospitality industry. So on behalf of the board and of directors, to your board, thank you very much. Thank you.
Two more.
I'd like to invite His Excellency Martin Mwanga, the Ambassador of the High Commission of Rwanda, to issue the next two awards. This is the diamond level for service, as well as diamond level for culinary.
The Diamond Award for Service in the Hotels and the Restaurants category goes to Elijah Githinji, yes, yeah, she's from Fairmont, the Norfolk. The Diamond Award for Culinary in the Hotels and Restaurants category goes to Danson Gakumo from Sarova Hotels and Resorts.
So our last award for the evening, I'd like to request the honor of our director, Dr. Abbas Gule, to join me on stage to introduce the last award and, of course, invite incredible friend who would like to award this award. And I think I'll allow Dr. Abbas to take it from here.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I guess we're coming to the climax of this event, and I'm very sorry, Dr. Barbara, for having kept you for this long. Very, very sorry. Normally we are very good at timekeeping. This has taken much longer than our tradition. But to say, in honor of the late Professor George A.O. Magoha, this award pays homage to his incredible work in pioneering the spirit and pursuit of knowledge, skills at exemplary levels. It celebrates participants whom the judges, organizing commission, participants, mentors recognize for their attitude to diligence, hard work, passion, which both are admirable, influential, and outstanding. I have the privilege of inviting his wife, Dr. Odudu Barbara Magoha, whom he was blessed to share his life, love for authentic food, and for over 40 years to present this award for the year 2024. So I called Dr. Barbara about 3 days ago. I had never talked to her before, but she was very kind and generous enough to cancel her this afternoon appointments to be here this afternoon to present this award. For us as a school, we are very, very delighted that she could honor our request, but we are also indebted to the late professor for having been a visionary, a pioneer, and who challenged us as a school, but particularly in 2020, at the height of the COVID, on 2 occasions he came to this school, one to launch the new kitchen, but more importantly for our graduation. And he was a tickler for time, non-nonsense, and was very straightforward person that we as a school would want to associate ourselves with him. So, Doctor, I give you the floor. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everybody. The best of the best, I'm told, and I'm glad that honor is associated with my late husband. To Imani, Tricia, Murungi, Mushiri, from Bombers International Hospitality College. She will definitely follow the footsteps of my late husband.
We had an understanding with Dr. Barbara that she wasn't going to give any speech. So we respect her for that. Thank you. God bless you.
I'd just like us to have a moment to give a standing ovation to all the incredible men and women who've done an incredible job this week. So I'll ask them to stand for the awardees. If you won an award, kindly stand. Congratulations. Thank you. You may have your seats. I think without further ado, I'll invite Mr. Mike Masharia on behalf of BIT and on behalf of the Ladha, the Africa Organizing Committee, to offer a vote of thanks. I'll ask you to, once he finishes his very short speech, to remain seated, and I'll ask our key guests to leave with the door immediate to my left for a quick photo session. So the key guests, the first 2 rows, followed by the judges, followed by the awardees for the evening, after which I'll invite each and every one of you for a cocktail where you'll be guided by our ushers. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening. Like Dr. Abbas said, we are running extremely late, and is really not the BIHC style. We usually start on time and finish on time. So I have a booklet here that had been given for vote of thanks. Allow me to discard it and summarize just as quickly as we can so that we can get on with the weekend. First of all, I think it must have been fun for you guys, the ones who attended. For me, the week started, I got a phone call that I was being expected here as a judge, and I was very confused. And the person who was calling was actually calling Mike, my friend from Tribe, to be a judge. So it was a confusing week, a fun week, and we've ended up with a roller coaster of emotions here. We had some guy who was very nervous at the beginning. I think he won a prize. We had to learn difficult words like Ladha, like Kempinski, and the food stuff that you cannot pronounce, you call it any other food. Our chairman was also nervous, did not realize that the PS was in the room. All this roller coaster. We had some guys shedding tears of joy here this afternoon. And I could feel the emotion. So it must have been a really, really good week. I also happen to have grown up in Jericho, but I didn't end up in Buckingham Palace or any such place like White Hart Lane or Old Trafford. No wonder I don't have a British accent. I was looking at the people here coming to get awards, and I was wondering, who are these guys? Who are these people escorting them? And it was, at the beginning, all of them were ladies. And I thought, oh, the mothers must have been accompanying their children. Then when the Sarova guy came, he came with a chap who didn't really look like a father. And then Imani came alone. And I was wondering, what's going on here? Only to realize that these are your supervisors and lecturers. So on to the vote of thanks. We'd like to thank in absentia our CS, Rebecca Miano, and PS, John Ololtua. That's how you pronounce his name. The next time you see him, make sure you pull the lol, Ololtua. These guys have energy. They have a lot of energy. I was at a function with them last night. We had the Eco Warrior Awards, went on till about 11:30. In the morning, we had a function with Tourism Fund, very early in the morning, and in the afternoon, they were here. It is not very easy to get cabinet secretaries to attend 3 consecutive functions in a space of 14 hours. So you can give them a round of applause, even in their absentia. Tourism Fund, you know our partnership goes back, way back when. And for you to continue supporting the industry, for you to continue giving us opportunities to have all these initiatives, to expose these talents, we really, really thank you, and we'd like you to continue. I know a good number of you your guys already left, but I can see Dorcas is still going strong, and my good friend Will is there. So thank you very much. Kenya Red Cross are honors, represented here by Julian. Asanteni sana for the dream, that is BHIC. BHIC board, led by our very own Gina Dean, chair, Dr. Abbas, Joash, my friend, Idris, who's not here this afternoon, the board members of all other BHIC ventures. I can see my good friend Anna Othoro there. Thank you very much for supporting us. Participating schools, we've got partnerships with most of you. I don't want to mention that. Hospitality establishments, most of you guys, my colleagues, friends, members, we know each other. Well done. All the competitors, well done for taking your time off this week to showcase your skills. We have partner sponsors that are listed here, partner organizations, our judges. Dr. Barbara, thank you very much for answering the call from Dr. Abbas. We have this young team here, the band. A round of applause for the band. For a person who loves music, I can tell you, you're doing very, very well. And I never lie about a good song. When it's terrible, I'll tell you. So well done, these young guys. All BHIC and BOMA establishment, and most importantly, our staff, BHIC staff, wherever you are, please stand up. Wherever it is that you are. This is the driving force, the engine of our operations. We do thank you very much. We know that we push you a lot, but you deliver. So thank you very much, members of the Diplomatic Corps, ambassadors. I saw that Miss Ada from the Uganda High Commission, please stand up. I think you're the only one who did not wave when everybody else was waving. She's the second secretary from the Uganda High Commission. Peter Madens from, His Excellency Peter Madens from Belgium, and His Excellency Martin Ngoga. It's been a long afternoon. I don't know whether you do that in diplomatic circles, but thank you for being with us from the beginning to the end. Thank you all for coming. We'd like to stop there because, as we said, BHIC, we try to do things on time. We'd like you to be on time for the cocktail. And since we were told that we are starting the weekend, you can start the weekend and spend it here. And we'll see you guys on Mashujaji on Monday. Have a great evening, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. On behalf of BHC, I'd like to welcome you all to our cocktail. Our ushers outside the 2 doors behind you will guide you to the cocktail area. Thank you once again, and have a lovely evening and weekend.